Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Treya Tarot. This is the collective reading for Friday, December 20th to Sunday, December 22nd. I am here with my coffee and my Morgan-Greer Tarot deck this morning, which I'll be using for our reading. If you like these readings, please like and subscribe, ring the notification bell, or leave a comment if you feel interested. I love all forms of exchange on this channel, so having you present is an honor, and thank you very much for watching this. Okay, so I have my coffee here, so you might hear me take coffee breaks because I've just gotten up a little while ago. And so I felt kind of motivated to get this reading out right away, which was an interesting feeling. I didn't even give myself much time to wake up before recording. Oh, okay. Well, this is nice to see. So this Five of Wands right here reversed, I've been waiting to see this show up in this alignment over the past couple of weeks. This is the end of, or the reversal of, a stalemate for me. This is what this represents. There's the feeling of an old, I want to say, process, experience, situation that may be coming up in our lives individually that is out of date, meaning it is time for us to not have that experience. But it seems to be something about us confronting or experiencing something that we've outgrown in such an incredible way that to have it come back up into our experience almost seems like a misprint in a story or a blooper in a movie. You know, it's something like, wait, what is this? You know? So that Five of Wands reverse tells me that this is the overturning of that experience, kind of like similar energy that was happening a couple of months ago in the readings of seeing things that seemed to be similar to what we'd experienced, but were actually the reversal of such things. So that energy comes up again with that Five of Wands reversed. The end of that stalemate is important because that Page of Cups and that Nine of Cups is a reevaluation and a manifestation of something that we probably want a lot more, or want to experience a lot more than that old battle that we're used to. And the interesting thing about this is I'm not really sure, and I can't seem to sense how that's going to show up. Like, I don't know if it's the energy of having to experience that old thing one last time to stand up for yourself, or if it's the experience of seeing something that reminds you of it or triggers that old memory, only to have the moment of reflection in that Page of Cups and to say something like, this is not what I want to create. This is not what I want to be part of, because I've gotten past this already. You know, if you're coming up against anything that feels I don't know what word to use, but unfair might be appropriate, in that you've worked for this new reality for so long, but you're still seeing mirrors of the past. If things like that are coming up, I would say hold tight. I feel like we're on some sort of small precipice of no return, meaning once this is over, whatever that means for each of us, that the Page of Cups, that thought about fulfillment, and that Nine of Cups, that wish granted energy, is right around that corner. So there's something here telling you, or telling me and us, that any old battles they're really in the past. That page is looking at that reversed Five of Wands saying, nope, this is not what this is not what I want. This is not what I want to create anymore. This stalemate, it's over. I will not fight that battle anymore. And that Nine of Cups tells me that that's the correct way to go, is to just decide that that's not your battle anymore. And that the thing you want, the thing that will make you feel contented and solid and steady, is actually worth your time. Temperance reversed on top of that Five of Wands, Five of Swords on top of the Page of Cups, and then the Queen of Pentacles on top of the Nine of Cups. Okay. I'm not surprised to see Temperance reversed in relation to that Five of Wands, mostly because the out of balance state is the thing that seems to keep creating the old circumstance. And by out of balance, I mean that would be a very individual experience for each of us. I know what my version of it is, but I cannot even begin to say what out of balance looks like for other people, you know? But because of the reverse Temperance and the Five of Swords, all these 5 cards too, there's a lot of change occurring in these 6 cards alone. But that Five of Swords is about who wins and who loses. It's about what you're willing to do to be right, or whether or not you have the group in mind, meaning, do you have the best for all on the top of your mind, or are you really just out for yourself? That Five of Swords tells me that that's the reflection. That's the change. Okay, this is mental, right? So swords are mind, thoughts, ideas, concepts. So this is, are you thinking about yourself, or are you thinking about everyone? Are you considering the whole picture? Are you willing to stand alone to be right? Is that something you want to be? With that Queen of Pentacles kind of facing her back to this situation right here, I feel like the transition is from, I'm getting the words cross to bear. The transition is from holding our cross to bear as a badge of honor and deciding that our lives are more important, that we want something better for ourselves. That's how that reads. Queen of Pentacles is very, magnanimous and giving and nurturing in a physical sense. So she creates an environment for people to flourish. And the 2 previous cards do not set her up for that. The old battles, the out of balance, I want to call this, over self-involvement, that does not help the Queen of Pentacles create safe space or abundant space for anyone else. And that's kind of her role. She is the hallmark of abundance. She's the receiver of abundance, but she also gives a lot. And that's her energy, because she knows. She's already been through the rest of the journey. So she knows what she has to give, and she knows how to give it. So something about this cycle or experience that's represented by the 2 5s and the Temperance reversed is about us learning how to open our perspective enough to consider the whole picture. It's about us learning how to turn that Temperance card right side up. How do we balance ourselves? How do we show up for ourselves? Those are the questions that come up. What are you giving? Are you overgiving? Are you manipulating in an effort to be correct? Are you keeping a battle going because you won't heal the part of yourself that keeps invested in it? The world. I love the world. Some of this reading is so overtly positive that I can't help but comment on the possibility that whatever's ending right now for each of us that is reminiscent of, past heartbreak or difficulty or manipulation, circumstances, stuff like that. That the moment where we realize what we are actually able to create for ourselves is going to be like a massive relief. This also feels to me like it could represent something that happens in our news cycle, in that there is this sort of out of balance state of manipulation here. I wouldn't be surprised if you see some sensational stories that nobody really believes on the news, or something that comes out that's just clearly not true. And most people just don't seem to buy into it. That would be in alignment with the rest of this. But the World and the Three of Cups, that celebration, open opportunity, there's an echo here. And it feels to me like there's two things happening side by side, and in the middle is where they're converging, right? Because if you look at it, it's this out of balance state with manipulation tied to it. And here is the thought of what's actually fulfilling, moving into wish fulfillment and the ability to receive and give abundance, right? Then you have the World and the Three of Cups, which is celebrations, family, the people you trust, okay? Good times. Christmas is coming up for many people. Hanukkah is also coming up on the same night. We have this celebratory thing that we're all looking forward to, right? No matter what holiday you're celebrating this season, you have this all together quality too, because it's rare that Hanukkah and Christmas align like they are this year. The experience of that is bound to have an impact because everybody will be gathering on the same day. There will be a lot of, well, not everybody, but there will be a lot of gatherings on the same day. There's something here about grounding yourself in the opportunity that's presented by celebration, by allowing yourself to be revelatory. The Nine of Pentacles reversed tells me that we might not quite be ready to step into the abundant role. And that's why we're processing this one more time. It may be that we just are missing one little piece of information. And that's what that Five of Swords could bring us. That one last little bit of information that we were missing before. That allows us to process through and at the very least, get to the stage of understanding what we're really looking to do or create in our lives. And potentially start to see the opportunities, to create that. But that 9 reversed, there's a lack there. There's a sense of lack there. Physical lack. So resources and ease, a lack of ease that is directly implied by that reversal. Okay. Okay. So for clarity on that reversal, that 9. Okay. There is one last need to stand up for yourself. Or for us, if it's collective, if this is coming across as a collective experience, there will be one more need to stand up against our own sense of the devil. The interesting thing about the devil is it can be a couple of things. It's either standing up against a sense of indulgence, overindulgence, trickery, being chained to an addiction process or a difficulty that feels insurmountable. It can also be the integration point between what's physical about us, so our humanness, and our higher spiritual components or our higher mind in that Seven of Wands, because it's about valiance and fighting the good fight, so to speak, right? And that Six of Pentacles reversed tells me that we have to do it on our own. Six of Pentacles upright is about unexpected help. It can often be about help from the hierarchy too. So the sense that maybe we're getting some sort of physical assistance, financial assistance, something like that from somebody who's quote unquote better off than us. Whereas this tells me that we're the ones with the tools. We have the answer. We do not have to rely on anyone else to give us what we need to see this through. This is kind of like the final moment of, nope, I can do this myself. There's a self-empowerment here. There's an integration between human and spirituality, or human and passion and creativity. There's a integration point, an ownership, a embodiment, even, of whatever principle allows you to break the pattern of this repetitive experience that reversed Five of Wands represents. So This feels a little bit intense, I would say even heavy, but at the same time, there's so many positive outcome cards here that I have this feeling that the heaviness will dissipate fairly quickly if it does exist for you or for anyone. We are getting very close to an interesting point in time where our old stories may no longer apply at all. So if you have an idea of what your trajectory is, or if you have a story that you believe is an accurate representation of your experience so far, be prepared for some of those things to shift. Or at least that's what that's what these cards kind of spell out. Be prepared for a shift in the way you view your role, in the way you view your humanness, in the way you view your capacity to create or receive abundance or give abundance. The way you support others is coming up for revision here. The way others support you, if you have that, is also coming up for revision. So as we move into the holiday week, it will be very important to remember to take stock of all that joy if it's there. So try and focus on the part that feels like open opportunity. Focus on the part that feels like connection. And when the difficult stuff shows up, remember that you're familiar already and you know how to stand up for yourself. That Seven of Wands, it's valiance. You know how to stand up for your cause. Whether it's a personal cause or for someone or something else, but you know what it is and you know how to do it. So you don't need someone to tell you how. All right, I'm going to pull one more just to, okay. As we move into something slightly difficult, just remember you have the tools. As terrible as it might feel to go through a repetitive situation, this is the end of the repetition. I'm getting the distinct feeling that 2025 will feel very different. So hopefully that will start coming up in the cards soon too. I would love to see different combos, different stories play out. Right now, I'm seeing some pretty heavy themes of self-ownership and standing up for yourself, doing the right thing, whatever that means to you specifically. But all right, have a good weekend. I will see you on Monday, hopefully, with another reading. And please let me know if there's any particular type of reading that you would like to see in the future. All right, have a good weekend. Bye.